Hey everybody, it's me, Dr. Janet Rourke, coming to you live from Austin, Texas. I'm a veterinarian and I'm here to do your weekly Q&A. So we're kind of getting back into it. I know September was a little bit off because of all of the events I was going to and helping out at and presentations I was giving and things like that. So thanks for bearing with me. And apparently Facebook hates me again. And I can't go live on my page yet again. So I probably have to do an update or something. I didn't have time to do it. I still wanted to do my Q&A as close to 7 as possible. So if you do have a question, go ahead and pop it in the comments below. Be sure not to use specific disease names. I can't answer those on this page. If you do want a protocol or something like that, be sure to check out the membership group that we have. It's a subscription. It's only $10, less than $10 a month for all of that. And let me know where y'all are coming from today. Awesome. We're starting to have some people hop on here. Very good to see you, Susan and Jean, Holly from Yarmouth. So great to see you on here. Stacy from Oakdale, California. Martha Boyle says, what's a good probiotic for a dog? There's a lot of really, really good ones out there. So let me see if I can get this going. There we go. So there's a lot of good ones out there. Some people just do like plain kefir or plain Greek yogurt. Some people, as long as your dog is good with dairy. Some people really like the adult probiotic that the essential oil company has. I personally use Dr. Mercola's complete pet probiotics. I really like it. It's very palatable for my animals. But there's a lot of it. Some people use Fortiflora. It's not my favorite because it has a lot of fillers and things in it. But it is one that's pretty palatable for most animals. But there's a lot of different options out there, just like with people. Amanda, hi Teddy. Rusty says, is the new Adaptiv line safe for dogs? And what are your thoughts on raw food diet for dogs? Well, all my animals, my personal animals, the Rourke animals get raw food. So I'm a big proponent of it. I love it. I definitely don't think it's for everyone. It should be considered case by case. Some animals don't do well on it. But a lot, I would say by and large, the majority of them really thrive on it. You do have to transition them really slowly. As far as the Adaptiv line, scroll down a couple of videos. I did a whole video on all the new products, including the Adaptiv line. And it is based on weight of the animal. But in general, yes, I'll say yes, it is. Stacy from South Carolina. Becca says, what essential oils might help with appetite in cats? Excuse me, let me grab a sip of water. Okay, so this one's a little tricky. A lot of times you have to kind of address the underlying cause. So if there's a reason why the cat isn't eating, try to address that. If there's a nasal congestion, for example, and they can't smell the food, that is one reason why cats won't eat. And if you heat up the meat a little bit and so that it has a stronger smell, or use a stronger smelling food, like baby food, for example, then they tend to eat more. Make sure that the food that you're feeding is a good quality food. That helps a lot. But as far as like oils, or if there's like some kind of digestive thing going on, sometimes you can address the digestive issue with the digestive blend. If it's a respiratory issue, you can address it with some respiratory oils like cardamom or rosemary in the diffuser. But there's a lot of different options, and really you need to kind of look at the underlying cause. So if everything's normal and your cat's just picky, I would try and find different foods find one that they really like, which can take a while. Or if you really are like, I need to diffuse something to help the animal eat, there is one that's really good for it. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Usually I use the citrus oils, like wild orange is really good. But there is one that's really good. I would, I can't think of it off the top of my head actually, but you can always use the grounding blood topically as well. Just one drop on your hands, rub your hands together until they're almost dry, and then pet your cat. So that might be another option. Judy from Waxahachie, Texas. Melanie Costco says, I'm not really sure I understand your question, but good oils for bruising on the belly. Bruising, I really like just plain old lavender. Works really, really good for bruising. Diluted, of course. I can't say some of these things. So Erin says, how would you use citronella to deter fleas and whatnot? For dogs, I would dilute it to a 1 to 2% dilution. And you can, spray it on topically. And then the other thing you could do is just mix it in with the repellent blend, or the outdoor blend, I guess is what it's called now. And just add it into that. That would be really good. Corey Robertson has a puppy that was spayed. Has a little bit of a fluid development there. You can use some very, very dilute cypress and lavender for that, Corey. This is creative, so I'm going to put it on here. Jessica says oils for cats to deter the pesky little bugs that bite and leave dirt. So if you have an active infestation, it's really, really complicated. And what I use is the outdoor blend, just plain, spray it on my hand and then pat it all over, wait a few minutes, and then use a flea comb and actually comb them out. Jules says, how much Terrazyme for a 50-pound dog? 1 Terrazyme twice a day. It's usually the way to go. Hillary says, our dog smells like a skunk. Any recommendations? Yes. I do have a skunk removal shampoo DIY that you can do on essentialoilvet.com/recipes. It works really well. You can definitely add in some oils to that. A drop or two of lavender or Roman chamomile works really well. Well, this is a really good suggestion from Betty. I used a digestive blend roller on my hand and rubbed it on my cat that was having trouble keeping stuff down, and it helped a lot. So that's a really good one. Geraldine says Dawn dish soap for the skunk. That is definitely something that can help. Dawn dish soap by itself can be a little bit abrasive, but I usually mix it in just a teaspoon with some in the recipe. But you can, it doesn't necessarily have to be Dawn. It is a good degreaser though. I can't post that one or that one. Christina has a cat that has oily hair and dandruff. So this, Christina, usually means that your cat is not self-grooming effectively enough, and you might have to take it to the groomer, brush it a little bit more often, or bathe it yourself. So that's not one that really an oil can help, but usually it has to do with an underlying nutritional deficiency. So you want to make sure that they're getting a good complete nutritional diet. And if it's an older kitty, it might just be to the point where it can't groom itself anymore. Sometimes Copaiba can help with the soreness and stiffness, but definitely I would take that kitty to a groomer. Let's see here. Okay, Stacy says, what essential oils diffuse might affect liver levels positively or negatively. So diffusing it really doesn't affect it at all, honestly. So if you really want to positively affect liver levels, Copaiba is really helpful. Juniper berry, the detoxification complex are all really, really helpful. As far as negatively, I haven't really seen essential oils affect it unless they're adulterated essential oils, in which case I haven't seen that. Let's see. Okay, so Jill has an interesting question. So, hi, I made a 2-ounce dropper bottle with 10 copaiba and 10 frankincense, filled the rest with FCO, put a drop on, 1 drop on my 13-year-old 11-pound cat head to tail. He acts a little off and not eating well. I stopped, but wonder if it's something he would get used to. He picked those 2 oils, and I think they're great for him if he can tolerate it. Yeah, I think that actually those are really, really safe oils. I use them with cats all the time, and diluted that much probably won't have very much effect on him at all. So it's probably not the oils, other than maybe he got offended by the smell, or he depending on how oily he got. If it was just 1 drop of that mixture, it's probably not the oils at all. But he might have gotten a little bit sleepy from the copaiba. I wonder if that was the effect. But both those ones are really safe. And depending on the brand that you're using, if you're using a brand that, it just depends on the brand. There's a lot of brands out there that are adulterated, and quite a few brands that are actually adulterated with Maluka when it comes to frankincense. Frankincense is often adulterated, and sometimes people don't even know about it. Let's see. Yeah, Kay is asking about stress in dogs, and the new Adaptiv is really great. The restful blend, or the restful blend is very good. The reassuring blend is excellent. Lavender, Roman chamomile, all very good. Copaiba is good as well. We have a lot of calming oils. If you want to learn about all of the calming oils, it doesn't have the new oils in there, but I do have a webinar on my website that is essential oils for calming that you might find very helpful. Okay. Jackie Hunt says, can Terrashield be used with horses? The answer is yes. It's actually in my fly spray recipe on my website. So, yes. I can't say any of those things, you guys. So, if you have questions about things like ears or lots of ear questions, definitely check out the membership group, you guys. It's definitely super, super helpful. I have a whole video just on ears. Debbie says, what about flies on cattle? There is a fly spray recipe on my website. Go to essentialoilvet.com/recipes. And then you'll see the fly spray on there. It has a picture of a horse, but it works really good for cattle too. And it works in Texas, which is, the flies here are basically like could survive a nuclear war. And you can spray them with straight pyrethrin, and they like shake their fly wings and fly off. It's pretty crazy. Like, I have never seen. I used to live in Michigan. The flies there are pretty affected by fly spray, but down here they're just like they have armor or something. It's pretty crazy. Okay. Let's see here. Jill says the membership is great. Thank you, my dear. All right, you guys, that is all I have time for today. Thanks for sticking with me, and it was so great seeing you again. So definitely check out the membership group, check out the webinars on my website. If you do need a consultation one-on-one, I'm super, super behind on those. So if you have already paid for one, please be patient with me. I'm going to get to them this week. And I love y'all, and I'll see you next week. Bye.